Television 9, your eyewitness news station.
CBS News coverage of Election 72. Tonight, the latest returns. This broadcast is sponsored by the Ford Motor Company and 6,283 Ford and Lincoln Mercury dealers. The goal, no unhappy owners. Reporting from CBS News election headquarters in New York, here is correspondent Walter Cronkite.
Good evening from CBS News election headquarters. Some or all of the polls have closed now in a dozen states, and the early returns put President Nixon, as expected, out in front and by a sizable margin. These early returns, far too few to be significant, however, nevertheless conform to all of the indicators and all of the polls.
Walter, since we last left you, our solid South was two states solid to the Republicans, and it's grown since our last report, and now you can see the difference with the addition to President Nixon's column of Alabama, Florida, and Georgia.
We'll be back shortly with more results from election night 72, but first the latest from our local stations on the races in your area. This is Walter Cronkite at our CBS News election headquarters.
I got it. This is CBS.
This portion of WTOP TV's election coverage is brought to you by the C&P Telephone Company.
The polls have been closed in Virginia for almost an hour now. They closed at 7 o'clock. The polls in Maryland and D.C. will be closed within minutes. They will close at 8 o'clock. Of course, we have a trickle of returns on stand in Virginia. Gordon?
Yes, Max, CBS has already delivered Virginia to President Nixon. We have some figures. Nixon, 8,485, or 67% of the vote that's in, with only 1% of the precincts reporting. McGovern, 25%, and Schmitz, 8%. We do have early returns also in the Virginia Senate race. Mike Buchanan has that story.
In the Virginia Senate race, statewide, Republican William Scott has 6,510 votes, or 52% of the vote, while Democrat Spong has 5,116 votes, or 40% of the vote. The independent in the race, Hunk Henderson, has got 1,052 votes, or 8% of the vote. The Spong people were concerned about Henderson's candidacy, afraid that they'd steal some of votes away from the Spong people. And locally, let's look at this. These figures here are in the Northern Virginia area on the U.S. Senate race. Spong, 1,650 votes, 43% of the vote. Scott, 2,128 votes, or 56% of the vote, with Henderson getting 44% of the vote. We also, in the 8th district, in the 8th congressional district, here are some early figures. Republican Stanford Paris, 58 votes. Democrat Robert Horan, the Fairfax County prosecuting attorney, 51 votes. Independent William Derlin, 8, and independent Robert Harris, 6 votes. Max?
We have our resident experts with us tonight, commentators James J. Kilpatrick and Carl Rowan. Gentlemen, what kind of coattail effect do you expect from the predicted Nixon landslide?
Well, Jack, if you look, you will see that down in Tennessee, Baker was supposed to be in real trouble. He seems to be winning by a landslide. You go down to Kentucky, and none seems to be in trouble. What kind of coattails do you see?
We're going to have very mixed coattails, I think, tonight, Carl. I think this coattail theory is vastly overrated. It will work if you have a certain combination of circumstances, but I don't think it's a general rule you can apply all the time. Nixon's coattails aren't broad enough this time to carry a Senate win with him, or a House, or many of the governors.
This portion of WTOP TV's election coverage was brought to you by McDonald's Restaurants. Television 9, your eyewitness news station.